Good afternoon, my dear student. As you know, that in my last class, I already discussed about the different types of landforms and also about the types of mountain. So last we discussed about the mountains are the four types. The first one is the fold mountain, second one is the block mountain, third one is the volcanic mountain, and fourth one is the residual mountain. Now today we discuss about the fold mountain. So what is the fold mountain? That which mountain that formed like the fold-like structure. Which mountains are formed due to the movements of tectonic plates and into a fold-like structure. This type mountain is known as the fold mountain. Now we have the question is how the fold mountains are formed. What is the origin process or how the fold mountains are formed? Now today we discuss about this matter. That how this fold mountain take the fold-like structure. Now you have to understand that we know our inside our Earth's surface. When you read about the structure of the Earth, this chapter in the chapter 4, that time we learn that above the astrosphere layer, the few plates are always floating over on it, and the plate movements are not always in equal direction or the same direction. Sometimes the two plates come close with each other, sometimes the two plates goes far from each other, and sometimes they are more parallel. Now here, when the two plates they have to come to close with each other, that time they give the pressurized. This one is the normal rock. This one is the normal rock form. But when it being pressurized, that time these are the two rocks, they start to switch up after the continuous pressure, and they take this fold-like structure due to this movement of continuous process, and they make this fold-like structure. By this reason only that the fold mountains are formed. Now again I repeat that when the tectonic plates or the two tectonic plates come close with each other, and they give on the two sides they give pressure up, and due to this pressure that all the landmass or the different layer of the Earth's surface, it start to take the bent type of shape, and they make this type of landform, and this landform is known as the fold mountain. So what is the fold mountain? That when due to the pressurize or due to the movement of tectonic plates, when the land masses is take the bent type of shape, and this type of land masses, it's known as the fold mountain. Now the fold mountains are two types. What are two types? Now in the fold mountain, this portion is called the anticline. What is the name? Anticline. This is the upward portion of the fold mountain. This part is called the anticline, and the downward portion of the fold mountain is called the syncline. This is the downward portion is called the syncline, and the upward portion of the fold mountain is called anticline. So from here you have to first learn that what is fold mountain, that which mountains are formed due to the movements of tectonic plates and take the fold-like structure. These type mountains are known as the fold mountain. Now the fold mountains are formed due to the movements of tectonic plates, that when the two tectonic plates come close with each other, then only these fold mountains are formed. Now this fold mountains, the uppermost part or the uppermost part of the fold mountain, it's called anticline, and the downward part of a fold mountain, this downward part is known as the syncline. Now the fold mountains are two types. What are the two types? First is the young fold mountain. There is a young fold mountain, and second one is the old fold mountain. Now what is the old fold mountain and young fold mountain? The young fold mountain made up from the 15 to 20 million years before. This one is made from the 15 to 20 million years before, and this one is built 150 to 250 million years before. So that is the difference between these two. That which fold mountains are formed due to the 15 to 20 million years before. This fold mountain is called the young fold mountain, and those fold mountains are formed here 150 to 250 million years before. These fold mountains are called old fold mountain. Now what are the example of young fold mountain? The Himalaya mountain, that is the example of young fold mountain, and the Aravallis are the example of the old fold mountain. So if you make the differentiate between the young fold and old fold mountain by this way, that young fold mountains are built from the 15 to 20 million years ago, but the old fold mountains are made from the 150 to 250 million years before. Now the second difference is the young fold mountain, they are the size of the peak, it's more sharp, but in the old fold mountain, they are the peak of the mountain, it's not too much sharp. And also you can write the examples of the young fold mountain, that is the Himalaya mountain or the Rocky mountain, and the example of the old fold mountains are the Aravalli mountains. So I hope you have to understand it, that what is the fold mountain and how the fold mountains are formed by this way. First, what is the definition of fold mountain? Second, then how the fold mountains are formed, and afterwards then what are the types of fold mountain. Now if the question will come, what are the characteristics of fold mountain, what do you write? What are the features of the characteristics? The first is always the fold mountain, they take the folding shape or the bending type shape. The second is fold mountains are formed due to the movements of tectonic plates. The third is the fold mountain, they consist anticline and syncline. And the fourth is fold mountains are the two types, that is the young fold mountain and old fold mountain. And the last one is the fold mountains are formed due to the compressional force of the earth surface or the endogenous process of the earth surface. So by this way you have to understand, or hope you have to understand about the fold mountain, the whole things about the fold mountain. So today I will be here. In my next class I will discuss about the another mountain. Thank you.